Hey everybody, Joe Pearce here with Slabs Barbecue. We are at the American Royal. I think it's the 45th annual American Royal. We've been competing in the Royal for 13 years now, I believe. I think we're at year 13 or 14, but we are T-minus about an hour and 15 minutes from the first turn-in, which is chicken. And this is about the time of the day that the smoker's running pretty good, and we're going to get sauces together. And we take some of our own sauce, some of our slap sauce, and we mix it with some of the just most famous competition barbecue sauces in the world, like Blues Hog, Smoke This Mo, KC style, and we're going to put these together. So I do 3 different mixes, right? One for brisket pork, one for chicken, and one for ribs. So we just kind of start with some Blues Hog as a base, get it filled up here. It's going slow today. Big bottle. There we go. Start filling this one up. Here we go. And then for ribs, we got 2 contests this weekend. We got the Invitational today. You got to win the contest to be in the Invitational. I think there's 152 teams cooking today. Tomorrow's the Open. Anybody that loves barbecue can cook the Open. And so I think there's about 402 teams tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to have a good time. So do a little Blues Hog. Blues Hog Tennessee Red is a vinegar-based sauce. Great on pork, great on ribs. But it gives all the sauces a little tang. But we just use it on pork, brisket, and chicken. So we got that. Do a little Smoke This Mo. Good friends of ours here from Missouri, southern Missouri. They do a little Kansas City style barbecue sauce. It's great. I had about 8 ounces of that. And then we get the slaps. Fill that one up there. This is our slap sweet. It's important to use the sweet. I actually don't know if it's important or not. You can use whatever you want. There. Then a little smoky here for ribs. And then a little sweet and smoky mixed in with the Smoke This Mo. We use this as like a table sauce, a little finish sauce, just in case something needs it. A lot of people in competition barbecue swear by heating up your barbecue sauces. I don't. I never have, mostly because I'm inherently lazy. That's one extra step that I don't want to do. But I keep it at room temperature in here. It's about 72 degrees. That is plenty warm enough for this sauce to be thin enough that it doesn't coat too thick on any of the meats, and thick enough that it doesn't just fall right off. So get all these up, give them all a little mix. Make sure you put your finger on the top there. That's maxed it's that way. Chicken, brisket pork, ribs, and a little extra chicken sauce, maybe rib sauce, but kind of keep everything in order. We go with chicken, then we do ribs, then we do brisket and pork. As long as I start from right and finish to the left, we'll be all right. But that's how we get the sauces prepped for the Royal, and we're running 325. We're going to rotate chicken here in just a couple minutes, and then ribs come off, then we box chicken, and then we're moving. So let's stay tuned, check it out. We're going to show everything we do for a barbecue contest here at the American Royal. So we're just checking ribs. They're this is about the time we normally check them. We're looking for an internal temperature in the very middle bone for about 208 degrees. Oh my goodness, I am really good at this. 208, exactly where we want it. So now we're gonna pull them all off. Most contests we cook 4. For the Royal, we always cook 5 just to give us one extra one, just in case. Take them there. Open the pit back up. We need to keep it running about 325 degrees, and we're gonna come right in here and we're gonna look at the rest of these. So that one we checked already. It was 208, just where we wanted it. Felt pretty soft, pretty good. It's pretty cold outside today, so we don't want these to vent too much, but we can go in here and we're looking for like 207, 208 degrees. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Just perfect. Close it down. Check the next one. Feels pretty soft. 209, great. That 208 is kind of the minimum number we want to see. I like to see one bone kind of blown out right here. And then again, just kind of feel it. Pretty good there. Little soft, but they don't feel soft. They're probing soft, but they're going to be fine. Just fine. Again, kind of feel here. 207, 208, 209. It's like I've done this once or twice, guys. It's like Like, I've been here before. Like, this isn't my first rodeo, but that one that we saw hit kind of 210, 211, I'm just going to let that vent for a second. And this guy right here, this is the super secret rib holder that you actually can't see inside. You can't look inside of it. That's how secret it is. But I'm joking. It's more the fact that it's probably pretty dirty in there, and I don't want anybody to see it. But we're going to let that one at 210, 211 just vent for maybe 30 seconds. That's going to stop the cooking process so it doesn't continue to cook when we put it into the hot box here. But besides that, pretty happy with these ribs, and we're right on schedule. We got about 12 minutes before we check chicken, and I think that's pretty good there. We'll let these sit for about another minute out, and then we'll get them into the hot box, and then we're gonna go right into getting ready for chicken. And it's starting to get go time. It's 11:18 American Royal Invitational Day 1, and it's almost go time. Let's hit it. Might as well leave that open in case we need it. One there, one there. That's slaps. It's cayenne. Slaps on one side. This is just a shaker I like. You can tell I grab it when my hands are dirty, but I just throw some slaps rub into the shaker because I like the way it comes out. Little cayenne pepper is how we finish ribs in case they need a little pop. Go ahead and get our chicken sauce ready. Give it another shake. So obviously, guys, this is Greg Hasty, American Fire, formerly known as Tebow Creek Barbecue.
Tebow Creek.
Yeah, Tebow Creek. I've taught Greg everything he knows about barbecue, and
that might be true.
that is true. But this morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I was trying to pay Greg a compliment, and he took it as me just straight shit talking him, and that's not what happened. But anyway, it resulted in a friendly wager.
It resembled shit talking.
But it's turned into a friendly wager.
Yeah.
So we're both cooking today. We're both cooking tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're both gonna see who can beat each other in brisket with the highest possible score. So in barbecue, the best score you can get is 180 points, right? And getting that is pretty good. Getting it at the Royal is even better. Probably means you get a really good chance of winning a category.
And if you can do it twice.
But I don't think that's going to happen. But we're going to take our scores from each day, add them together, take the aggregate, and whoever has the highest score for the 2-day total owes each one a crisp $100.
Crisp $100 bill. $100 bill.
But yeah, so I think
I'm ready for it.
You're ready for it. You're ready for it. I'm ready for it.
There should be a handicap in this thing.
Nah.
So I'm behind a little bit already, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll get it. We'll get it.
Well, best of luck.
Let's get it on.
Let's if we can't both win, let's have one of us win, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
To be family we choose. Good luck, man.
Good luck, Sergeant. Yeah, absolutely. All right, need a pan. Put that right there. And we got 7 minutes, and we will check chicken. And that 7 minutes, like at 11:30 is the moment of truth for my entire day at a competition barbecue, because if chicken's not right, it means I have to put it back on the smoker, and it just cuts into the time for the rest of the day. So we're looking, for our chicken temp somewhere around 205 or a little more. We're looking for maybe a skin to split here and there, not too much, but the goal is for it to be in a window that we're okay with, and then the rest of the day just goes kind of smooth. So moment of truth is at 11:30, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. We'll get after it. All right. Moment of truth. Just what I want to see.
Little splits.
And a 1 split, 2 split there. We're looking for anything north of 205, 204. Come on, 205, 203, 204, 205. All right, we're good. So we're dunking these in sauce, and what's going to happen is we're going to set them back on the smoker to let that sauce just tack up a little bit. And what I'm doing as I'm picking these up is I'm feeling to see how soft they are. I want them pretty soft, not to where they completely fall off the bone of this chicken thigh. Soft enough so the judge doesn't have to work too hard at it. Take a look at can 2. See a little split there, a little split there. 205, 206, just where I want them. Feels good. Cool. All right. I hadn't screwed that up yet, but there's plenty of time though. All right, we're going to go back on the smoker for about 7 minutes. Other side. Oh, Mike's a rookie.
Been a minute.
Been a minute. Those look pretty good.
That looked really good.
All right. Smoker, we want it to run somewhere between 300 and 325. We're just letting that sauce tack a little bit, and now we're going to get everything we need to get ready to start boxing. So it is 11:36. We got the first box out, and you can see here we have a chopped kale box. And I am 99.9% sure that I was the first person to ever take a bag of chopped kale, chop it some more, throw it in a box, and then put meat on top of it. KCBS never used to let us use kale until 2016, 2017. And one of the first contests of the year was in April down in Shawnee, Oklahoma, end of March, beginning April. And as soon as they let us do chopped kale or kale in general, I chopped some up, I put it in the box, and I think I reserved that barbecue contest. But ever since then, I do chopped kale, and most people, it takes about an hour to 2 hours to build 4 competition boxes. It takes me about 10 minutes. So looks pretty good. We're gonna fill it full of meat anyway, but that's how I do chopped kale. 40, we're gonna test that piece of chicken. Good news, chicken's good. So a little secret, everybody. Slaps might be coming out with a chicken brine. We tested it at the Jack. We tested it at Lenexa. We tested it at BBQ. We're testing it this week at the American Royal. And so far, 2 of the 4 contests we've tested it at, we've won. Didn't win chicken, but we won the contest, so I think that'll be all right. But maybe next year, coming out, little secret. Secret chicken brine. Little chicken secret brine. Chicken brine. All right, 42, right on time. Pull the sleeves. Those don't look too bad. Those don't look too bad. All right, so we're starting to process chicken. We have these corner pieces that I took out first. These are not going to go in the box. These are literally in the pan for worst case scenario. They kind of block the heat when I'm cooking the chicken so that the middle pieces don't get screwed up, but they are literally there. I call them kind of the oh shit chicken in case something really, really bad happens. But we want these middle pieces, and we're going to put 6 pieces in the box. And so I'm going to start laying out kind of what I want that box to look like and which piece I want where. I'm feeling these for the soft ones. So there, I really have one piece that kind of isn't quite the shape as all the other ones, but when we put them all in the box together, they're going to be okay. All right, now we're going to test. We're going to take our, what I like to call my table sauce, and I call it my table sauce because I dump it right on the table. Real technical term there, folks. I'm going to take a little smoking guns hot, and I'm going to give one of the middle pieces a little test. So I'm going to sauce the sides. We'll finish, and now a test. So what we want to see is like perfect bite through skin. We want the skin to pull off here. Kind of like that. Most judges take bites from both sides. At least I think they do. Okay, that's what we want it to be. It's really good. Sweet, soft, a little savory on the back end, a little heat on the back end. Now, the only question is, do I want to swap out this piece with one of these?
Which one is?
None of them right now. I just, do I want to swap them out is the question. Like this one in the middle is just a little fatter than all the other ones. Yeah, but then I want to put this middle one in here, that skinnier one, and kind of do that. This one feels better. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, this one, this one feels better than that one. When in doubt, this is a good tip. When in doubt, put the best food in the box, whether it looks good or bad. It doesn't matter. The best tasting food you can. All right, so here we go. We're going to start boxing. I like to dip the bottom and the sides so the judges get a little sweet, smoky bite right off the bat. And then they get a little finish dust on there. And by the time they reaches the judges, that's going to just settle in and blend and melt pretty nice. And while I'm boxing these, I'm looking at the tops and the sides of the chicken to see if I need to adjust anything after I get everything in here. Looks okay. Now for the magic. We want to clean the box. The judges obviously eat with their eyes first, and so we want to make sure there's nothing sticking out. We're going to prohibit the judges thinking that this is a good box. In a perfect world, I'd scoot everything over a little bit, but they're already in the box. There's nothing I can do about it. So we're just going to go fixing all this little stuff here. Like there's a little black speck there. We'll get that off. This is where the Q-tips come in handy. And now I see a couple spots I need to go in and touch up. We got to turn in by 12:05. So we have a 5-minute window. A window opens at 55 and closes at 12:05. And it's about a 3.5 minute walk. That's why the Royal takes 2 people. As you can see kind of what I'm doing here, this is a little secret of the trade, what I teach in the class. If I have pieces of chicken that don't have the right color, I'll go steal the good bark off one of the corner pieces and I'll paint it on to kind of soften that harsh, pale chicken skin to make it blend just a little more. Last little thing right there. Let's go. All right, and we're off. Hit it, Michael. One of my busier turn-ins, and this is the first time I'm looking at brisket since I pulled them off the smoker. So we did a moment of truth in chicken, we do a moment of truth in brisket. You know, we always just sauce the top of the flat just to give a little color, give a little sweetness, but I also reach up under here and I kind of see how jiggly we are, how soft we are. I think it's going to be all right. Close it back up. Both brisket flats are processed. We go right back in. Shut that down. You're going to need a new wet towel, Mike.
Got it.
Sorry.
No, I should keep paying it.
I know, I destroyed it. Done with all that. Refill with pork and brisket. And now we get undressed. All right, here we go. Turn in number 2. We're on to ribs. In my head, I'm labeled these 1 through 5, and I'm going to taste cut each one, see what happens. Everything I do is about what these things feel like. These feel pretty good. We'll make our first cut. Yep, those feel right. These are right. I can tell by the way they feel when I'm cutting. Obviously, this is a St. Louis cut spare rib, and I have it trimmed from a 12 bone, 13 bone slab down to an 8 bone slab. That way I can pinpoint what I want to put in the box. I throw away ribs 1 and 8, and I always test bone number 7. Moisture looks good. Really good bite, soft, didn't pull off the bone. So we like slab 1. Nice little heat on the back end. A little spicy for you, Mike. So slab 1's good. It's got everything we want. Moisture, flavor, heat. We like slab 1. Moving on to slab 2. Maybe feels just a touch tighter than number 1, but I'm also going slow, so good, just a little tighter than number 1. That's the texture I want in the very middle of the rib.
Yep. A little tight.
Yeah. A little heavy-handed on the cayenne on that end. My bad, Mike. My bad. We still like number 1 more than we like number 2. Well, we like the texture of 2 better. Oh, that looks good. Good looking rib there. That's just going to be going through a little bone right there just to keep kind of straight bones. Nice. I'll go in and pick off that little shard of bone there. Taste this guy here. No. It's good. 1 and 3 so far.
1 and 3, I was going to say that's better than 2.
Yeah. On to number 4. Another good looking. Yep, good. A little dense, but that's probably just the rib.
I thought they were 1 and 3.
Yeah, it's close.
I think I go like 1 and 3.
I do. It's what gets me there is the I'm not going to call it tough bark. The bark is definitely different than 1 and 2. 1 and 3. 1 and 3 are really soft. Oh,
Did he cook us something to that?
No, he just put on his fire pit. He probably did that for you.
The smoker though.
I think they're okay. They're just a long bone.
Yeah, see that?
I don't necessarily love that, but I don't hate it either.
Similar bark, but 4. Yeah. The 1 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 1 and 3 all day, right?
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I like to pick which rib I thought had the best flavor, the best pop, and then I'm just going to go into that foil, and that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint the top of these ribs to gloss them up a little bit, and then the sides. We don't want to put too much on there. I mean, are you going to come off or what? There you go. Do a little touch up. See anything crazy here. That's a pretty good looking rib bone.
Boy, they stuck, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Sit perfectly in there.
Yeah. Would you turn that in? Pretty go. Yep. Texture, okay?
Good texture.
Okay. I'm not cooking enough to remember if that's what they want or not what they want. You know what I mean? But here's the deal. It's all I had.
That's not too much of this. We're good.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to put your best meat in the box, right?
Yeah. I didn't put pulled in the box today because it wasn't good. Just a bunch of money muscle.
Good luck.
Yeah, I did. I put 18 slices of money muscle in. All right, turn in 3 on to pork. Pretty happy with the first 2. I'll know pretty quick here if I think our pork's going to be good. Then I pick it up. It should kind of separate itself and leave a piece inside of there, which it did. Pretty good. Separate the money muscle off. I'm going to put it. All right, now we're going to go down here and we're going to process. This is a tube and it sits right behind the money muscle, and it's really the money muscle and the tube are the only 2 things I want out of the whole entire pork shoulder for a pork turn-in. I'm going to take that, looks pretty good, put it into juice. The rest of this is, unfortunately, just trash. Same thing, like I want that to do that. Separate the money muscle, feels pretty good. Go back into the juice, and I like to put like items together. I learned that from the grocery store I worked at. Sack like items together. So put the 2 money muscles so far into there. Again, I'm going to go right into processing the tubes. Should come down, separate pretty easy. Pretty good there. Go right in. I don't inject any of that stuff I'm throwing away. It's not very good to eat for competition barbecue. But at the house, eat it all day, every day. One more money. Looks pretty good. Put it into the juice. Go down in here. Process the tube, pull this little membrane off. If it's pulling off like that, I'm usually pretty happy with the way this thing's cooked. Get that back in there. And on big important contest, I cook 1 extra money muscle, just the money. Go ahead and separate that off. Looks pretty good, nice and soft. Put it right back in. All right, we're gonna process this pulled first. We got our tubes. I'm just gonna start pulling it apart really gently, kind of leaving these big pulled chunks. Give this a little taste. Just a touch dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might fix sitting down in the juice a little bit. I don't know if that's anything I did. I mean, that other piece was fine. That bite was really good. If every bite was like that, I wouldn't even think twice about putting that in. But right now I'm thinking twice about putting that in. All right, let's get all our money muscles. Money 1, money 2, money 3, money 4. Now, the reason in barbecue we call these money muscles is because if they're cooked right, you put them in the box, it's where you win all the money. So we're going to start processing these. There's a little flap. It always likes to fall off there. So I'm going to go in. I'm kind of feeling where these start to get not crazy soft. And that's where I'm going to make my first cut. My goal is to get 4, maybe 5 pieces out of each money muscle. If as I'm cutting down, I start to see juice come out of these things, I'm usually pretty happy. All right, here we go on to the next one. A little bit, not as much as the first one. There it was. Hoping this one is less savory now, but I'm about done trying pork. That was okay. Yeah, those are all good. All right, I need the maple syrup. So a little maple syrup on the cutting board. Now a little sauce. Now a little rub. I go a little heavy on this finish rub because when I pick them up, it's all going to kind of fall off because of how much sauce is on there. So now I have to figure out how I want to box this. 4 rows of 3 or 3 rows of 4. It's going to be rows of 3. These are too big.
Yeah.
I don't do it a ton. We want to make these look as wet as we possibly can because we don't know how long it's going to be before the judges get to them. Looks all right. Okay, let's taste one, huh? I should put that one in the box. Be my testers, huh?
Nail tenderness.
It's good, right?
Word doesn't suck.
Yeah,
What good?
that's good. Good flavor. It's sweet, but not too sweet, and got a little slightly back end heat on that. That's nice, Joe.
All right. It's cool. I don't know what good pork tastes like no more, so just a guess. You turn that in, though?
Well, I don't know. You might start over, Joe.
The funny thing is neither one of those guys are even cooking today, but they're some of our best friends in barbecue, so I like to give them a little hard time occasionally. But I'll be honest with you, this is exactly what I've turned in when I've scored well in pork. Probably not going to happen because I like it too much, but I'm happy with I did what I wanted to do. So as long as you can get past thinking you're going to win every single barbecue contest, turn in good food, be happy with what you turned in and move on, you're going to be all right. One left, brisket. Let's get after it. Brisket. That feels right. So we just cooked the brisket flat for competition. It's the most universally scored, and I think has a pretty set standard of how to get a good score in it. When you put burnt ends in the box, I think every judge wants a different type of burnt end. Some want them a little fatty, some want them a little tight, some want them a little soft, some want them legitimately burnt, and we don't do that around here. I always dock my edges, so I'm going to kind of go through and see where they start to get soft. Start taking a little off there. Get over here. All right. Exploratory cut. All right, we're going to taste this. You want it to drape and not break. And you want to be able to kind of see through it as you start to pull, which is what we got. Drape. That's right.
That's what I came for.
It's almost like a dessert.
Oh, so much.
Yeah. So this is a Wagyu brisket, aged about 30 days. The thickness for me is all depending on how soft or tight the brisket flat is. And so right now I'm going what I think the right tenderness is, going about number 2 pencil thick slices. I always taste one more down here that's just probably a little soft. My motto is if you have to pick it up with 2 hands so it doesn't fall apart, you're okay. Again, hanging on a little bit. Falls off under of its own pressure. I'm okay with that. That's about all I can do with that. Now we're going to pick it up. We're going to sit it right back into these juices. Cover it up. And we always cook too, just in case one of them's not good. Take the fat off the back. Get rid of that. Expose that beautiful meat. I like using a serrated slicer in case that bark's a little hard. Allows you to get through it pretty easy. Again, kind of feeling for where it's soft. There and there. Exploratory cut. That one's a little tighter than the last one. I just changed the thickness a little bit. A little dry. That's why we cook 2. But I can change the thickness here. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, look, it's draping perfect. And like, I really don't need to even slice this one. I'm going to go down here and give myself a slice out of this end just to see if this end's any better. Looks a little better. There's a big fat vein running through it.
Number 1 made it.
No, that's not bad. It's just I don't want any more. All right. So as I'm picking these up, I'm laying them down in the au jus coming out of the foil so they get a nice little covering coating of this awesome beef Wagyu au jus. Okay, looks pretty good. Step 1, tiny little bit of sweet sauce. We're just painting it. This is going to help it shine, sweeten it up, because this beef is really, really savory right now. Not too savory, but it's hard to explain. It's definitely beefy. Yeah, and so you need to cut it just a little bit, and then I'm going to trick them and throw some salt back on top of it. And it's a different type of savory. One's rich and one's savory. It's more rich first, and now I'm going to go savory. A little finish rub. This is just kosher salt and Slaps Barbecue Perfect Blend. And I like doing big kosher salt so I can see where it goes. And then I take this hot au jus and I go back and I paint right over the top, and that kind of melts that sauce, that salt right back in there. I always tell people, if you got to pick something, pick a brisket slice up with 2 hands so it doesn't fall apart and put it in a box. You're okay on tenderness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to put 6 in the box. I'm going to try to get 8 in today. One more. Those look good. All right, little smoky slaps, please. So I like to put just a little smoke sauce. It doesn't have to be slap smoky. It can be anything that's got a little smoke flavor into it. But I just like to cut it with a little au jus on the cutting board. And I like to fake the smoke flavor right at the end. So when a judge picks up a bite of brisket, they get this smoke flavor, and then they get salt, then they get beef, and then they give me a good score. So here we go. Paint this on. I like to make this, just like the pork slices, as wet as I possibly can, because I have no idea how long this is going to sit before a judge gets to it, especially here at the American Royal. A nice big wet heavy slice. That's it. That's the last one. I always like to come back here and taste the finished slice, so pick one of these up, give it the pull. Pretty good. Soft. Hard to describe beef as something silky, but it's a silky texture. It's flavorful, it's salty, sweet. Pretty good barbecue.